There is a saying that I got from Alan Watts. That saying, or it was Terrence McKenna. I think it was Terrence McKenna. And the saying was, when you get the message, hang up the phone. Do you guys think you hang up the phone? Because I don't think I do. I'm doing better at hanging up the phone. Um, Here's the thing, you can always pick it back. Sometimes we find ourselves, what I like to call, lost in the sauce. What does it mean to be lost in the sauce, Keith? Well, what it means to be lost in the sauce is this. Us as spiritual questers do our best to find truth, to find meaning, to find purpose, to find the source of it all. But to get to that, you gotta sort of dig through the rubble, the diamond in the rough. How do we do that? Well, us as occultists and spiritualists, we read books, we listen to lectures, we listen to the gurus and sages of our times and times past. But are we allowing ourselves enough time to actually digest the material that we're on? You could spend a lifetime studying the tools in the Bible and probably not figure it all out. The Quran, the Gnostic texts, the Dead Sea Scrolls, Taoism, Buddhism. That's the same thing. Hermeticism, alchemical practices and astrology, etc., etc. So, with that being said, our endless pursuit for knowledge, our endless pursuit for spiritual satisfaction, is it making us stay on the phone way longer than we need to be? Should we have hung up the phone ages ago? Because at this point, what are you doing at this point, you're chatting just to chat. At this point, you're just killing time. At this point, you're just stalling. At this point, maybe you don't believe in the information that you've received. Maybe you don't see the next step in how to use the information you've received. So we try to milk more out of it. Or maybe what we're craving isn't, maybe, if you're anything like me, what you're craving isn't necessarily knowledge. What you're craving is a feeling that there is more to this world than meets the eye. That's why I personally study spirituality and go down hollow earth and study astral projection and study lucid dreaming and study meditation. Isn't because I want to be an ascended master. It's because every time I hear a story that's at least somewhat scientifically verified in the realm of the etheric, in the realm of the in-between world, I think, wow, my world is way more magical than I could have ever believed. How cool is that this world ain't mundane? It's thinking, yeah, I'm gonna teach myself how to see beauty in the mundane. That's sort of step one. Sort of step one is, all right, you wanna find treasure? Well, you're not gonna find true treasure unless you can appreciate the treasure that's around you. We've done that. Like I said, put down the phone, integrate the lessons. The next lesson is, what else is there? So there, I guess maybe we can have the conversation of, what do you really want out of studying spirituality? What do you really want? Do you want to be an ascended master? Or do you want every moment of your life to be filled with a touch of magic? Do you want to have worlds opened up to you that are what is that you're going for? I say, do you ever hang up the phone after getting the message? Because we don't, when we decide what we want and then we go after it, we have to put the phone down to do that. We have to get out into the world and start doing the work. We got to enter the jungle, our boots on the ground. We got to make our hardtack. We got to smoke our meat so we can go on our 14-day journey through the Amazon jungle and find the hidden pyramids, discover the lost civilizations, have the conversations of the Great Flood, see the reality behind timeline shifts And if we can actually see what each one looks like simultaneously, as if it were a movie reel going across the screen. Why is this important? Because there's a flavor of life that we go after, that I go after, that I assume you go after, a flavor of life. Um, it's why we read the books. It's why we listen to music. It's why we romanticize our lives. It's why we see the world through rose-colored lenses. It's why we see the world through spiritual lenses, creative lenses, because we understand that we can manipulate at least our immediate world in such a way where we feel that all the time. Goddess essence energy. Peace, peace, goddess essence energy. Nice to see you. Rachel Stevens, hello. I just try to integrate little things I learn on a daily. Magic is all around us. Yeah, 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 yeah. I was watching a video called the timeline shift is 2012, and it's by this YouTuber that goes by the name of The Alchemist, and she's a speaker on such things, and she has a prediction for a timeline shift in the year of 2025. I've seen I've seen timeline the first timeline shift was 2012. If you guys are old enough, you'll know 2012 was the original timeline shift. Then there seems to have been a rising of a timeline shift every couple years. It's 20, this is, now it's 25. I've heard the timeline shift of like 2020, 2042. I think 2030 is a timeline shift. This 2020, oh no, I think I'm losing reception. MCQ31MC, what's cracking? Vamanos. Vyamanos, the 2025 timeline shift is going to be when we hit our first $200 million. That's what the timeline shift. Are you guys ready for that timeline shift? Everyone comment in the section, hashtag 200 mil if you're here for the timeline shift. Because I am, baby. But is it going to happen if we don't put the phone down? when you've gotten the message, put down the phone and go get it, baby. Put down the phone, grow them trees. We sold like $5,000 worth of frankincense, worth of trees and plants in the past few months. Let's go. Put down the phone. You. I'm sure you have 12 different rituals in your back pocket for making money. Put down the phone. Let's go. How many rituals do you have lined up in your back pocket? How many meditations for abundance do you have in your back pocket? How many self-affirmations for spiritual growth do you have in your back pocket? How many and how many times are you hitting those every day? Let's go. Let's go. So are you going to get out there and ask strangers their point of view? Oh, I should. Thank you for reminding me that, Rachel. I am. I'm going to go out there and start asking strangers. I'm going to start with my girl and pretend it's I can get used to it. And I'll see what she says. I'll surprise you with it, so at least her response is at least a genuine one. But thank you for reminding me of that, Rachel Stevens. Let's go. Good morning, Way. Hello from California, Wayne J. Let's go. I just cashed out $10,000 on crypto last night. Dogecoin to the moon. Let's go. This. I feel like this is the. I'm feeling 2025. We're in 2024. 2025 next year is the I didn't realize we're already, wow, I didn't realize 2025 was a few months away. For some reason 2025 feels like 3 years from now. It's not. I feel the energy of 2025. You guys want to know what it is? Just open my place, peace and love. You can't. Will you open the spot, Rachel? Shout us out. What was I saying? Oh, the energy of 2025 is this. Let's go. The feeling of 2025 energy is put down the phone and let's go. Oh man, 2025, you heard it here. 2025 is about putting is about getting the message and hanging up. Getting the message and hanging up. How about this? For all of 2025, can we not read a new book? For all of 2025, can we not pick up a new meditation? For all of 2025, can we not pick up any new affirmations? For 2025, can we for an entire year can we not feed the bottomless pit that is the spiritual ego and wanting to consume more? You can pick up in 2026. How about this in 2025? Can we have a daily habit of doing all our favorite things? All our favorite spiritual practices that we've already learned? Can we pick up our old toys and play with them? Can we pick up our old favorite movies and bring them and breathe new life into them? Can we go to our old favorite hiking spots and our old favorite places in the mountains and remember what it was that we fell in love with them in the first place? Can we get that back? Can we get that back? Can we have gratitude and love for all the beautiful things that we've already encountered and live them up and plug our lives with the magic that those moments gave to us at the time? Can we get that? Let's go. That's 2025 energy. That's the timeline split. Alchemists, my fellow alchemists, my fellow truth seekers and pathfinders, my fellow squad members. Can we run that? You guys want to see a 2025? We're gonna harvest we're growing a pineapple plant in the greenhouse. That's what we're doing 2025. Let's go. What up? I'm excited. I feel it. I feel it. I feel the energy in my bones. I feel the energy in my bones. You guys like my Abraham Lincoln cut? 2025 is the year of the Abraham Lincoln cut on the beard. We let the beard grow up, but we shave the mouth. I call that the 2025 200 mil Let's Go Abraham Lincoln cut. That's what it is. I will do what I can to be your hype man this next year, because inadvertently I will be providing my own sense of hypedness. Man of Letters is expanding. The Man of Letters, by definition, is a Renaissance man. It is one well versed in all the arts of life, just as you guys are. The art of communication, the art of spirituality, the art of speaking, the art of finance, the art of the intellect, the art of the physical world, all of it. We're expanding, baby. Let's go. We are expanding into the world's things both are and are not in this world, right? So we will be expanding we won't be contracting, we won't be stagnant. You're either growing, you're dying. There is no rest other than the nuanced version of it. We're expanding into old realms. That's what we're doing. We're expanding into worlds that we've already created that we've forgotten about. We're expanding into worlds that we've been known to fall in love with in the past, that have given us life in the past. Goddess essence energy, same. Time is so fluid right now and everything is coming together in these moments. It is. It is. Things are coming together, things are falling apart. Things are always coming together, things are always falling apart. But now, what's coming together is specifically what's coming together for us now in this new timeline split of 2025, if we'll call it that. What's coming together now is an integration of the most beautiful moments of our journey, an integration of all our favorite things, all our favorite emotions, all our favorite sprites, all our favorite flavors of spirituality and wholesomeness that we've picked up along the path that we've forgotten about in our endless quest to discover and devour new novelty. I love that. I thrive off of that. But balance is king, and because balance is king or queen, balance is ruler of all. We now what's coming together is the integration of those flavors, and it's gonna taste so good. Mine's gonna taste like Mine's gonna taste like homemade. Mine's gonna taste like homemade. What do you call it? What is it? Pistachio ice cream. Mine's gonna taste like homemade pistachio ice cream. I'm gonna make a pistachio extract. I'm gonna get some organic pistachios. I'm gonna crush them up. I'm gonna soak them in some. I'm gonna soak them in some. I don't know, Everclear. I'm gonna soak them in some Everclear. Make myself a nice little pistachio extract. Make myself a nice little vanilla extract. And do a little 1 to 3 parts vanilla to pistachio extract in my ice cream blend. I'm gonna throw some whole pistachios in there. My flavor is gonna be impeccable. It's gonna feel. It's gonna feel like integrating the child into the adult. It's integrating, because in spirituality we say we want to. It's about going back to a childlike state, and I don't necessarily believe that, because I love the childlike state when it's integrated into maturity. That's what I like. Uh, I like the idea of childhood where you experience something holy, but then you forget, but then you rediscover it. There's a magic in rediscovering something. It's like imagine you being able to go back into your high school self, but with the knowledge that you have now. It would be it would be surreal. It would be absolutely surreal. You could go dark side or light side depending upon your avatar. But you would have access to so much knowledge while simultaneously, uh, it, it is what it is. I've been having that thought a lot lately. Um, Anywho, Rachel Stevens, yummy. Looking at everything with a new look. You got to make amends, but they are difficult to do. Note accounts. Should we go into that? Should we lean into that a little bit? Note accounts. How to You got to make amends, but they're difficult to do. They are. So making amends are difficult to do. Uh, in the old timeline shift. The old perception of making amends is hard to do because making amends considers how you were before. We're new people now, baby. We're on that timeline shift, right? Now we're hanging up the phone and we're integrating our most favorite parts. And it's like you gotta crack an egg to make an omelet, right? If you want an omelet, you gotta crack an egg. If you want a timeline shift, then you gotta make amends. Making amends is difficult to do, but what feels objectively speaking, what feels way better than the difficulty of making amends is the amend having been made. Let's go. You know what I mean? Having the amends being made feels thousands of times better than cracking the egg, in other words. So if we can just hold our mind to that, and I'm with you there, because I'm gonna tell you a story. I played in a band called Bumbafy. We killed it. I loved it. I played it not to get famous. I played it not to make money. I played it because I loved my homies and I loved playing music. Somewhere along the line, my ego and his ego started bumping heads, and we had a nasty fallout. And there were moments we had a fallout up until realistically a couple months, maybe 2 months ago, and it started maybe 2018. It's been years since. I would wake up crying, not crying like bawling, but like tearing out of sadness because I lost a friend, and I didn't know how to make amends, and it was hard to make amends, and it was hard for him to make amends, and he expressed how much it was hurting him and the girl. It was him and his girlfriend and me. We were like we were homies. We played anywho, but now coming out of the other side, it's like, all right, the timeline shift is this: we integrate what felt best for us in the past, holistically speaking, sincerely speaking, genuinely speaking. You can't completely remove ego from any decision, but we can work with the ego in such a way to where we go, hey, look, ego, thanks for looking out for me. You continue doing your job, please, but know that this situation has been harming us and it hasn't been feeling good. Remember, ego, how good it felt before? And the ego's gonna say, fuck yeah, I remember how good it used to feel. Like, the ego loves feeling good. That's its goal, is safety and comfort and feel good. That's why it can be such a bad thing, because if that's all you aim for and you avoid the bad things, then you avoid making amends, for example, because it doesn't feel good, then you end up in really dark places. So we convince the ego that this is its best interest, not through sleight of hand, not through trickery, not through complete ego dissolving, but understanding the ego, reasoning with the ego, saying, look, man, the potential for beauty and love, the potential for happiness and wholesomeness, which is what you want, ego, is capable. We just have to get to these one or two things, and they're not even that big of a deal. Find someone who's gone through them, talk to them about it. You pick up some of the knowledge that you acquired in the past, that you already know, and apply that to the situation so that you can get over the amends, so that you can get over, so you can, that I can teach you from my knowledge that you don't already know, that's going to change your life in such a way that it's new information, and like, oh my God, I watched this video by Keith and now I'm a multimillionaire. I'm an ascended master. I found my soulmate. I discarded past soul contracts. I'm a cock shaman now, and I have my own retreat center in Ecuador because of this video that I saw from the Man of Letters. Like, that's not why I am here. That's not what you're gonna get from me. I've taught you everything I can. Now I'm here to hang with you guys, inspire you guys, hopefully remind you guys of things that you've already forgotten. And not even remind you of things that you've forgotten, but just remind you that things that you know now are still applicable to fix your life, to get you exactly where you want. You don't need anything else. And I don't mean that in a way like everything is inside of you. Like, there are no answers outside. You don't need any of that. If you're looking outside, you're lost. You must look inside. Like, no, I'm a firm believer in the law of correspondence, as above, so below, that says the external world mirrors the internal mirrors the external, which I think you guys too. And if you guys believe in as above, so below, so above, as within, so without, as without, so within, if you believe in that, then that means there is truth everywhere, not just found inside. It's found inside and outside. So what I'm saying is not you have all the answers inside. What I'm saying is you guys have been studying this shit forever. You have the tools that you need to slay. All you need is some motivation. All you need is a plan and some consistency. I heard a wonderful thing recently that's really changed my life. And that thing that I heard was this: what's more important than intensity is consistency. And again, you've heard that before, I've heard that before, but it was placed in such a way that resonated because that's a nuanced version of that phrase that applies to me, because I'm a type of person where if I haven't done something in a while, I think that I need to make up for it with extreme intensity. Oh, I haven't posted a video in 2 months, so I need to make an absolute banger video. I'm going to script it out. I'm going to spend a day and a half on making a video, and I'm going to spend a half a day making the thumbnail and description and metadata, and I'm going to be really pissed because it only gets 200 views and I put all that work into it. That's how I used to operate. We ain't doing that no more. Consistency over intensity. Consistency over intensity. That's my mantra right now. Consistency over intensity. Maybe that helps you, maybe it doesn't. You guys have the tools, not because they are innately within you, as they are, but because you've read the books, you've listened to the podcasts, you've watched the YouTubers, you've watched the gurus and the fake gurus and the mid-tier gurus, and you've done your past life regressions, you've done your tarot readings, you've done your natal charts. We've done them all. We're down. I'm gonna read some comments. Revisiting what we already have because there's so many gems and jewels that have been shelved. Oh my God, this is it. And this is it. And I know I've been harping on the quality of energy that says you have all the knowledge and information to be better, so go backwards. That's part of it. But what's bigger for me, and maybe bigger for you, is the quality of life that those gems that you mentioned, goddess, essence, energy, are amazing. Are amazing. Like, objectively speaking, we can all probably look at some gems that we have stored on a shelf in our kitchen, And we can look at that gem and go, you know what? That's the most beautiful gem I've ever found. I found it in the depths of the earth, and I polished it, and I took it to a jeweler, and the jeweler gave it some beautiful facets in a Merkaba, so that I can like meditate with it on my forehead, and it's just the most beautiful gem I've ever encountered and discovered. But I put it on a shelf because I thought, you know what? There's probably a bigger one. There is a bigger gem. There is a better gem. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying we have some beautiful ones to work with. We have some ones we have some gems that we've learned in this life that could probably realistically carry us through the next dozen incarnations. Don't stop the quest for new knowledge and new gems. I'm just saying maybe this next year we revisit some of the old beautiful ones, and maybe we learn something about them that we didn't know before, you know? Thank you for that, Goddess Sensei. Yummy. Looking at everything with them, you gotta make amends. The flavors is what I'm here for. Same, Goddess. Down for some ube lavender with a hint of mint. Yummy, delicious. Goddess, that's what we're talking about. Hear the neighbor singing. She always sings. It's funny. Where was I? And the little sister singing too. That's amazing. Do you hear them? It's so sweet. One's like 21 and the other I think is like 16 or 17, and they're singing that thing, that thing, that thing, oh that thing, that thing, that thing. Anywho, I gotta get ready. We're gonna go visit a farm. We're gonna go visit my son's. We homeschool our son, and today we're visiting a local farm. They're gonna hang with the animals and agricultural stuff, I think. I don't know. Do you guys have anything to say before I take off? I'm watching your reading of Outwitting the Devil. Well, I'm only on my second time watching it. I feel like it takes me 3 times to understand. That reading is absolutely badass. You were in flow state for sure. Oh, thank you so much, Ray. I loved that one so much. I'm so sad that that video did. I was like, I could understand why some of my other more properly done online. So I was like, my audiobooks slay, but I can see why these ones didn't go viral. And when I made that Outwitting the Devil, I was like, this is the one. This is the one going viral, and it didn't, and I'm sad. So share that Outwitting the Devil link for me. Share it on your Facebook, share it on your Instagram, share it with your neighbor, share it with your mailman. Listen to it in the shower, fall asleep to it before bed. Leave comments on it every time you listen to the video. Leave a comment on it. Outwitting the Devil is one of my favorite audiobooks I've ever made, both in how I made it with the southern drawl accent that I gave the devil. It was kind of like a sophisticated but kind of low-key evil. Someone that would kind of run a plantation back in the day where they were proper and they had nice food and nice clothes and well-spoken and well-mannered, but they also had 200 slaves out back. It was the way I was trying to present the devil himself, because the devil does not really show up with a pitchfork and a spiked tail. The devil is well-dressed. The devil is well-mannered and well-spoken. Oh man, Outwitting the Devil. Not to mention the contrast in Outwitting the Devil, the contrast of information to modern day spirituality. I feel like modern day spirituality has gone off the deep end with its prevailing ideologies. I've made tons of videos on that before. There's the prevailing ideology of modern spirituality. I think it's shifting as of like this past year, but for the past decade has been off the deep end. And I feel like mainstream spirituality has forgotten its roots, has forgotten natural law from which it came. You know, the book The Secret, and everything that came from it. They forgot the natural law from which it came from. They forgot Gnosticism. It left out a lot of alchemy. It left out a lot of hermetics. It left out a lot of the nuts and bolts of the craft, and was hijacked, I think, with purpose. Anywho, I digress. That's powerful. Allow, thank you, Goddess. I like it. I like it too. Have a wonderful day, and thank you again. Love it. I'm down I'm from down Louisiana. Rachel Stevens, are you really? Sorry, I gave myself 10 minutes to wrap up this video, so I'm not going right now. Unless you guys had no questions, but you guys are bringing up more questions. We gotta leave at like 10:10, so I'm gonna log out at 10 o'clock if you guys want to keep going. But I visited Nolans. I visited Nolans Halloween of 2020. We were like balls deep in COVID, and my girl and I were like, yo, we're taking Atlas and we're busting the mission to Louisiana. The plane tickets were like $80 or something like that. So we poked around Nolans and saw some of the plantations and saw some of the swamps and ate some mufladas, which I'd never had. Took some ghost walks, because what's a man of letters if not one who goes on ghost tours in Nolans? I love that vibe. I love the South. I haven't spent really any time down there, but I do love something about the richness of the South. It's tainted with darkness too, which makes it. Anywho, we love it always. Thank you for that potent reminder. We love a song. What song? The birds. All the birds have been joining this whole time, huh? I'm out in the greenhouse right now. It's my copal trees, my frankincense trees, some more copal trees. I've been neglecting it. I'm sorry, girls, but we're going into winter too, so it's changing at the moment. But have a beautiful day with your family. I always find you come back to the online space right when needed. Oh, I appreciate you too, goddess. I do. 11 people watching this, 11 likes. Ah, Portal was cracking. Now we have 13 people watching, which is the day I was born. So also a magic number. Oh man, are you guys doing anything today? Are you planning on growing a garden? Are you guys having a winter garden? Now's a good time for winter gardens, everybody. You can plant your root crops. Man of letters, right? Man of letters is, I'm gonna do a better job at including all of my knowledge, past and present, on this channel, and which is plant knowledge. Now is your time to plant your root crops: beets, radish, beets, radish. What else? Carrots, garlic and onions. All your leaves, tomato, or I'm sorry, lettuce, and spinach, and kale, kohlrabi. Anything you're growing for leaves and anything you're growing from roots, now is the time to plant it, everybody. Now is the time to plant it. Now, we do not plant stuff that we grow for fruit right now. So we don't do cucumbers. Cucumbers are fruit. We don't grow tomatoes. We don't do squash. We don't do corn. We do our roots and our leaf stuff. So make sure you're planting, because there is a power. All 13 of you in here. Here's something. Here's some straight up serious shamanistic hoodoo magic for you. Some straight up Chumash elder knowledge for you. To be tapped into the land around you is to be tapped into an energy field. I'm talking about an immediate energy field, like the actual mountain range that you're in. Like if you're attuned to the mountain range that you're in, to the piece of land that you're in, there are spirits there, there are elementals there, there are cryptozoology specimens there, there are sprites and fairies there. There are. They don't want me to talk about this, or maybe they're excited about me talking about it, so we'll go. It stopped. I think it wants me to talk about this. And to be more attuned into the land that you're in, what you have to do is you have to be made of the actual land that you're in. Here, for example, let's say over the course of a decade, I eat food that's been shipped to my city. That means my body is constructed of material that's from all over the world. Beef from South America, cucumbers from Mexico, corn from Iowa, cheese from Europe. Your body's made of calcium. Your teeth are made of calcium, magnesium. Your bones, phosphorus, calcium. Your blood, iron, potassium, phosphorus, zinc inside your immune system. Your body's literally made of minerals, elements, rocks, earth, land. You see where I'm getting at? So this is on some serious Chumash wisdom right here. Chumash, I'm native Chumash to Southern California. It's where I am. I have Chumash blood in me. Native Californian blood in me, coastal California. When you grow veggies and you eat animals from the land that you're standing on, your body is constructed from the mountains that you're standing on. I think it's, someone Google this for me. I think it takes something like 7 years for the calcium in your bones to completely replace themselves. It takes like 8 months for your red blood cells to completely replace themselves. So imagine your blood, which is your life force. So if, sorry guys, I got a phone call. I got a phone call. So let's say it takes, I think it takes something like, am I here? Comment if I'm still here. We got 1 minute to explain this and then I'm hanging up. If you give yourself 8, find out the minerals that make up your blood, everything. Calcium, there's potassium, there's phosphorus, there's iron, there's zinc. I don't know, I have no idea. Say you eat beets for the next 8 months, which have a lot of iron in them, they're good for the blood. Your blood will be made from the minerals that you're standing on, which gives you a connection to the earth that you're surrounded by. So these Chumash elders who could sense, who could track a herd of buffalo, or who could track a wild deer without knowing it, like the sixth sense that you guys hear about from natives all over the world. The sixth sense comes from the fact that they are made of the elements and minerals, literally, of the land that they stand on. They share the same electromagnetic field with the land that they stand on, which gives them this sort of a literal attachment. Like next time you see a rock in your front yard, look at the rock. Soil is ground up rocks. So if you look at a rock, you can go, oh my God, this rock consists of iron, calcium, phosphorus. Where do you think these minerals come from? They come from the rocks, which are chemically and physically dissolved. Plants absorb them. Animals eat the plants. We eat the plants, we eat the animals. Therefore, we become the rocks that we're standing on. That is your super heady tip for the day. Ultra Instinct. Nice to see everyone. 11 on my birthday, every day. Nice. 11 people. Yeah, hello. Garlic. Yep, garlic time. I'm about to plant my garlic next month. I plant my garlic on winter solstice. So in December 21st, my garlic are all going in the lettuce, green onions, tomatoes in the backyard. I plant the watermelon, but they're growing anyways. Hell yeah. Nice. Ultra Instinct. Can't wait for the plant videos. Ooh, Oath. Thank you for the inspiration. Noted. My phone dies every time I talk, every time I get to talk to you. Oh, it's on 37%. Sorry. We here? Yes, yes. Barlow, yes. That's why I take plants surrounding my home and make tea. Beautiful. Ultra Instinct. That's why you got that Ultra Instinct too, brother. Or sister. Or neither. Oh yes, you better say that. Yes, yes, yes. I think about this so much. It's the circle of life, and it moves us all. All right. Through despair and hope, through faith and love. This is my garden. It's very unimpressive right now because I'm in between crops. I planted sugar beets right here. Planted lettuce right here. So with your lettuce, what you're going to want to do is stagger it, right? So you plant your lettuce, and then a couple weeks later you plant your next crop, so that everything's not maturing at the same exact time, and then you keep going along the way. I don't know what I'm going to plant there. I need to remake that bed. I have some these are pumpkins, but they're supposed to be blue. I planted them late, so this is my last one, and then the plant is done, but they turn blue, and that's where we're at. Anywho, I'll see you guys soon. Okay, thanks for hanging out. You have a reflexology book that talks about that? That's awesome. Nice. Thank you guys for being here. I hope I made your day a little bit better. If you guys have the means and the motivation and you want to support, hit a super chat or like or channel member. There's a whole bunch of shit in YouTube now. or just thank you for being here. Slap a like, leave a comment, or give a high five to a stranger on the street. I'll accept all of those. I'll see you guys soon, all right? Peace out.